Hello, I hope everyone is well. I wanted to come to you with something personal. Um, Feelings. I've got feelings, I do. And last week, I think it was, or it was on July 1st, I hopped on Facebook to see what everybody was up to while I was enjoying my lunch, and I saw a post by Troy and Kathy Dooley, who are the regional owners of Exit Realty in Alabama and Mississippi, and started reading a newsletter called Regional Owner Reassurance. I've got it right here. And, you know, with everything that's going on in the world, 2020, can't wait to say goodbye to 2020, and start a new 2021. You know, there's a lot, you know, you turn on the news, I try to avoid it, but you got to keep up with some current events, and it does bring us all down. Brings me down. I can't watch the news in the morning anymore because it'll set the tone of my day. So when I read this article, it was like they put words. This sounds corny. I don't mean to sound corny. This article puts words, or this newsletter, or they're speaking from their heart, put words to my feelings. So if you don't mind, I have shared the post, but I'd like to read it. So this is from Troy and Kathy Dooley. It says, "Please help me understand." With so many different views, opinions, likes, and dislikes, you may wonder what is going on in the world today. Social media is rampant with viewpoints and potential solutions not only to COVID-19 but also to the civil unrest we are witnessing. There are so many negative and hateful things being shared on both subjects. Perhaps we should have a different approach or a completely different conversation. So often we are quick to judge or make assumptions on subjects or situations we really know little or nothing about. During this pandemic, some people in our society have taken every possible precaution, wearing a mask in any situation, staying at least 6 feet apart, and a number of other extra safety measures. Some even wipe down everything with sanitized wipes and let it sit a couple of days before touching it. Some may feel that those steps are overkill and that the hype isn't worth all the extra steps. But have we ever thought about why they may be doing these things, or simply ask, "Please help me understand"? We personally know an individual that is taking care of their elderly parent who is currently battling cancer. So they are terrified they could potentially be the reason their parent passes away if they were to unknowingly transmit the virus to them. The other day we noticed a server at a restaurant who was not only wearing a mask and gloves, but also took numerous extra steps to not have close contact with customers. She was very pleasant, and you could tell she was doing so much more than all the servers to keep social distancing guidelines in place, while also ensuring she kept a good distance when taking our order. Some may have thought she was being ridiculous, but if you took a moment and asked, "Please help me understand," she could have explained that she was battling cancer but needed to work. You may have also noticed that she was wearing a wig to cover her loss of hair from chemotherapy. It's just a matter of understanding that her immune system is extremely compromised, but she must work to support her family instead of judging them. Changing that perception allows us to admire her tenacity and open our hearts to what she faces every day. Maybe we should all try to understand a little more and pass less judgment. At this point, whether you wear a mask or not, it does not give you a right to pass judgment if someone else chooses to protect themselves. Just know that before we judge or jump to conclusions, we may want to ask, please help me understand. Not only are we going through unusual times with this pandemic, our country is also facing so much unrest. We never dreamed that we would have areas of our country being destroyed by civil unrest. We believe in peaceful protests, but at no point do we agree with destruction of property or harming people in any way. We think we would all agree that what we saw on the video with George Floyd and the police officer made us not only disgusted but angry. To know there was such disregard for human life makes us all longing for change in so many different ways. As our nation embarks on change, we also need to look within and ask ourselves, what can we do to help and make a difference? Everyone seems to be searching for some sort of change. Without a core understanding, there could be continued frustration. We were part of a conversation the other day about racism. A person shared with us that they had experienced it in all their life in various ways. Trying to understand, we asked, what are some of the things that have happened? Please help me understand. We were truly heartbroken by her response. Out of the many things that were mentioned, one stood out above all others. She had to have the talk with her son when he became a teenager. We immediately assumed the sex talk, and shame on us for assuming. Unfortunately, the talk she was referring to was how her son should respond if he was ever stopped by the police. As she explained the details of the particular conversation and hearing how her son might be treated differently simply because the color of his skin made our heart hurt for her as a mom, also for her son. No mother should ever have to tell a child that they may be treated unfairly because of their skin color. And at no time should any child ever be told they could possibly be treated unfairly for simply looking a different way. But this mom knew she must equip her son with the knowledge that sometimes there are evil people in the world and how to best prepare for it. Simply asking her to please help me understand provided us a perspective we had never had before. This is just one of the many things that our sisters and brothers of color have faced and continue to face. As a society, we may think we have solutions, but until we really start to understand each other, our solutions may continue the frustration and unrest that we are seeing today. If we all have open hearts and open dialogue, we can continue to learn so much about each other and truly help each other by simply asking, please help me understand. We have often wondered if we could get a huge round dinner table and a group of people from all walks of life to sit down for dinner. We could probably walk away with the solution to many of the problems we face today. We pray that our country will heal sooner than later. Yes. Even though we do not have control of others, we absolutely have control of ourselves, and we hope that after reading this, everyone will step back and ask, please help me understand. Because what you think you know is more than likely only half the battle. You must also understand to be able to truly make a difference. May God bless each and every one of you. And may God bless you, Troy and Kathy Dooley, for sharing this. As it comes to the COVID-19 issue and the PPE and all that, we have a very good friend slash family member staying with us who has cancer, and the thought of bringing that virus home to him terrifies us. And also, I'm a survivor of lung cancer. I don't have a full set of lungs, but I do just fine, and I am so blessed. However, I wear PPE when I go out, and I stay 6 feet away from people so that I don't bring this disease or this virus home to my friend Bill. My husband's an educator. He hasn't been in a classroom, but he will be in a classroom. I don't need to bring home COVID-19 for him to unknowingly take it to school, to his classroom when schools open up. We all need to respect each other. If you see someone wearing a mask and they're keeping their distance, respect that. They're doing it for others as much as they are for themselves. So, as for the latter part, or the second page of this article, I'm going to call it article, please help me understand. I say I understand, I'm sympathetic, but no, I don't. I've never experienced what people of color experience. The closest is being in New York City. I lived in New York for 8 years and being treated like a dumb hick because of my accent. Hey, that's nothing. And I want to understand. So please feel free to private message me. I would love to have that conversation that Kathy and Troy had with that woman, because I want to understand. Please help me understand. Y'all be safe, be healthy, and be unusual. Bye, y'all.